what we want. We want to love ourselves freely. Unfettered images of our grandmothers and our dreams. We want to praise our own God. And we want to see his reflection in our children's eyes. We want to draw blue like jazz with long dreads and thick. Momo said so. First one on. Deidre Melvin, it's going to be a good day. First two. Simplifying. Evelyn Estrella. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Tia Banks. How you doing? Willie Christmas. Jackie Fussell. Got the old crew in here now. Regina Umania. How are you? Shalika Mikey Thomason. Liggins. Here. Yolanda Rosario. Hola, ¿cómo está? Patrice Pleasant. Good evening. Onika Latoya. Hi there. Victoria King. Kaitha Colston Andrews. Good evening. Anna Umachea. Good evening. Jamila Carmichael Williams. Good afternoon. Darren Martin. Good evening, brother. Good evening. Salima Imani Faye. How are you? Eddie Nelson. Gwendolyn Small. Eunice Mohisen. I think I said that right. Lawrence Gibson, how you doing? Hold the line, brother. Tanisha Coleman, good evening. Sharon Mathis, good afternoon. I know it's strong. Jennifer Ruiz. Buenas tardes. Janice Reddick. Ali Workflow. Peace, brother. Kathy Bashel, good afternoon. Jacqueline Law. Dorothy Corner, praise the Lord, hallelujah. Charlene Allen, how are you? Carla Irvin, Henry, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Oh, how you doing in Irvington? How you doing? Oh, you trying to get down to DC? We're going to figure that out. Elizabeth Allen, good afternoon. Amnesia Baytops, how are you? Anthony McFall, thank you, sir. Janine Hall, God bless you. Mary Helmet, good evening. Ellen Jarrell, come on back home. We need you back here. Jewel Daniels, peace and love. Family is good. Thank you. Nafisa Kareem, good evening. Lorinda Jorge, God bless you and your family too. Thank you. Keisha Adams Wilson, thank you. God bless you. They want to live in Newark. Tell them to come on. April Diamond, Tia Montague, good evening, good evening, good evening. April Diamond, Tracy Evans, Emerald Keisha, Lou Allen. Lou Allen, how are you? Shamika Baxter, Shanita Lumpkin Perry, how are you? I'm trying to stay cool, man. Renee Holman, how are you? Zuma Guzman, Gary Powell, thank you. God bless you, sir. Vanessa Talafero, hello, Mayor. And hello to you. Westline Lily, is that right? God bless you. Mayellen Mimi Estrella, good afternoon. Star, Linda Barr, one big giant outrageous week. Alice Bell, we need 2 book pickups. I'll talk to Khalif about that. Amy Miller, God bless you. Paul Davis. Yes, I'll be talking about Elizabeth Allen, Governor Murphy's orders. I most certainly will. I most certainly will. I have to. And I'm going to make this day special because I'm going to play 2 songs for you today. Part of the second one, this is John. The first one was me. Second one is John Coltrane, Alabama, about the 4 girls blown up in the church. It's a beautiful song. Denise Hurd, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. The dumpster in the South Port. I'm going to try to get that before this is over. I'm going to try to get somebody to text me that information. If somebody is on the line, please let them know where the dumpster is going to be at in the South Port. Helen Yara Capelli, how are you? Sharon Powell, God bless you. Carolyn Reeves, God bless you. Paul Paquin, Death to the Clan. There you go. That's my father. My father has that in one of his poems. Terry Hurd, how are you? The graduates are going to be recognized. Raquel Miranda, come on, June 18th, we're having a citywide graduation, virtual. Stay tuned, stay engaged. We're going to do something for them. Eddie Nelson, Diane Smith, how are you? Emily Mans, hello, thank you, appreciate you. Joyce Daly Hargrove, thank God you spoke to somebody. Adrian Michelle Buller, Victoria King, how are you? Thank you. Linda Long, Bobby Douglas. I'm trying to get as many of y'all in here as I can. Terrence Jamoni Johnson, Andres Rodriguez, hello, Newark Strong. Dana Jackson, how are you? God bless you and God bless your father. Monica Green, God bless you. Kimberly Clark, thank you for that. May Newsom, Marsha Jeffrey McAllister, thank you, thank you. Mayowa Akubanjo, respect to you. Hope I got your name right. Sonia Dabney. Lorinda Jorge, how are you, my sister? Jenny Oriol, God bless you. You can find the information on our website. Gwen White, Jason Quinones, Kaitha P. Colston Andrew, Shantae Bay, how are you? Shalika Mickey Thomas, Chris CC, Abu Bakr Koyate, Felicia Austin Singleton. We're going to keep them people out of our town as we're going to do. Principal Bird, what's up, my brother? Hold the line. Don't change the teachings, Brother Bird. Virginia Sanchez, Ruby Harrington. What's this? Asia Gale. Let's go. Get the bill. Eddie Nelson. Let me give y'all these numbers today. That was John Coltrane, Alabama. You got to check Alabama out, John Coltrane. You got to play that whole song. I'm feeling a little something today, folks. A little something today. You know, this thing is stressful, and it's stressful for you, and it's stressful for me too. So I have to listen to music. You guys help me as much as this information is helpful to you. Being on here, playing the music, talking to you guys, doing this is helpful to me, man. You don't know how much that it helps me, that it soothes me to make sure that I'm giving you the information, that we're communicating back and forth, that are people out there who are sane, who are functioning, who understand what's going on, who are trying their best to protect our community and their families. I just want to thank you for tuning in all the time, especially the regulars. When I see you, I get excited that you're here with us, holding the line. I appreciate you for being here with me as much as you can. And I know you're busy, and I know you have other things to do. And I try to give you the information as much as I can. Let me tell you something. Even after this is over, I think that at least once a week, I'm going to do this. Get information and pass the information out to you on this thing at least once a week when this is over, so we can maintain this relationship, y'all. I love it. It's keeping me alive and well. God bless y'all, and thank you for the prayers. Right now in this city, this county, this state, all of us need prayers because people are making some heavy decisions regarding people's lives, and prayerfully that the decisions are the right ones. And like I told you yesterday, this last leg of the race is going to be run by you. This is the last leg of the race is going to be run by you. I'm passing you the baton. So it's really up to you to keep your family safe, your community safe, your city safe from now all the way to the end of this thing. The governor has opened up, lifted the stay-at-home order. There's very few restrictions now. Everything is open. The beach is open. The church, you can go to your house of worship as long as it's 50 people or 25% of the capacity, one or the other. All of these things are wide open. In Newark, we're going to encourage people to wear their masks, encourage you to keep cleaning, encourage you to social distance, stay away from one another. We're going to put up signs. We're going to do, and you should already see them. We're going to force businesses to do the same. We're asking you when you go into businesses, if you decide to go, to make sure you know that they should be tested, that the place should be clean, that they should be wearing masks. They need to be protecting you and your family and protecting the people who work there. If they're not doing that, don't frequent there. Don't patronize them. Go somewhere else. There are people who care about you as well as care about their livelihood. You can't go to places that only care about their livelihood and not you. We've been doing that For too long, we spend money in places with bulletproof glass, and they allow people to hang out. They give you stuff through little slits in the wall. They don't clean up. The door is broke. There's graffiti on the inside. The place is dirty. We patronize these places and don't make them clean up. Don't make them respect our community, respect our folks, hire people from our neighborhood. We can no longer tolerate that behavior, y'all. And we can't go into these places now. COVID has unearthed us all. We can't go into places that will not respect our life, our well-being, that if they were in another town would open up differently than they're doing it in Newark. You have to demand more. We're going to demand more. You have to expect more. And you should only patronize people who respect your life, your livelihood, and your health. If they do not, then you should leave them alone and walk past them over. There are enough businesses in our city who care about our city, who love their people, the people in this town, and you should patronize those businesses. And if you come across businesses that don't give us the respect that we deserve, you should tell everybody so we can, in fact, collectively don't go to those places. And if you think that is wrong to suffer, too bad, because I am more concerned about the health and welfare of the people of this city than anything else, and you should be as well. My friends, my family, my allies, the people I love and care for the dearest, live in this town. And I want to make sure that they're cared for and they're safe. And when they go in these places, I want to make sure that businesses are caring for them and are operating in a very clean and effective way. Listen, I don't agree with all of this stuff. They're just opening up without giving cities the guidelines and the ability to do the things that we need to do. We have to take care of our community. Listen, we are dying more than anybody. We have more cases than anybody. And we drove the numbers down because we did what we were supposed to do. So God bless all of you. I'm just asking you in this last leg of race, don't give up. Help us tell people to wear masks. Help us to have people wash their hands. Help us to socially distance. Help us to make sure these restaurants, these businesses, these whatever store you're going in. I've been saying restaurant a lot, but it's a lot of different stores. Whatever store you're going in, that they are respecting you enough to keep the place clean, to wear a mask and require people to come in to wear masks because it's mandatory, to make sure that those folks are tested. You have to step up now. It's time for you to be the community. You have to step up now. You have to step up now and require these people treat you like a human being in this day and in this hour at this time, right? They have to treat you as a human being right now. You have to demand that. And don't get this thing, we're in Newark, we can do what we want. No. You have to demand the same respect that they would give people in a suburban community. You have to demand it right here on the streets of Newark. And don't get angry because the mayor demands it, because he thinks highly of you more than you think of yourself. You have to want this stuff, not just me. And I'm asking the religious community, all of our imams and ministers and rabbis and folks that are here, the Catholic priests and whomever, and those who have other religions that they practice, and those who don't even practice religion, who meditate, who understand that there's a force greater than themselves, right? I'm asking you to use that right now to pull the best of us out, to elicit and emote a spirit of humanity, of family, of togetherness, of community, now more than ever before. Because if there's anything that I've learned in this COVID crisis and all the other pandemics, the pandemic of racism and all the stuff that's happening now, is, we are all we got here. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our family, take care of our community. We have to. We have to take care of each other, Newark. We have to take care of each other. We have to take care of each other in Newark, take care of our health. And if they're acting crazy somewhere else, we don't have to act crazy here. We love our community. We love our neighbors, no matter their language, their nationality, their race, their religion, their color, the food they eat, their accent, the person who they're in love with. We love our people from Newark. We love our community, our block, our street, our history, the good and the bad. We fall down, but we get up. We make mistakes, but we correct them. We're going to lead our communities and lead our families. We're going to take charge of our neighborhoods and take charge of our lives, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to demand the best for ourselves and the best for our children. That's what Newark Strong means. Somebody told me today that one of their friends that don't live in Newark said Newark was weak because we didn't act like everybody else. Newark led the way. The minute we was all over the national news about what happened here in Newark, everybody began to do it. We led the way because we're strong. We're strong enough to follow our own sense and not follow everybody else's. We're strong enough to stand on our own. We're strong enough to lead our own way. We're strong enough to do the right thing in the sea of wrong ideas. We're strong enough to go against the wave and be thoughtful about what it is that we want to accomplish and what we want to do. Let's get to the numbers. I done preached long enough. Newark has 7,508 positive cases. That is an increase of 23 cases from yesterday. We still have no new deaths. In fact, in the last couple of days, we have had no new deaths. By the grace of God, no new deaths in the last couple of days. Thank God. Essex County, 18,148 positive cases, 1,719 deaths. New Jersey, 164,809 positive cases with 12,303 deaths. And before I go on, I just want to pay my respects and wish my condolences to the families of our children who passed in the car accident last night. It's a sad and tragic situation, and my heart goes out to their families. And I pray that God smiles on you in this very difficult and troublesome time. And that whatever it is that we can do as a city, as a community, that we heap love and care upon you, and that we do what we can to help ease what has to be an unbearable time right now. If you need anything from the city, please do not hesitate to call, to ask us to step in and do whatever we can. Our prayers from every house of worship in this city is with you, and I take the liberty of representing them now and telling them and saying to you that we're praying for you and your family, and that God opens up the gates for these beautiful and innocent young people who lost their lives tragically in a car accident on their way back home. May God comfort you and take care of you in this difficult moment. East Orange has 1,890 cases with 204 deaths. Irvington has 1,354 cases with 143 deaths. Orange has 979 cases and 82 deaths. By zip code, 07102 positive cases, 262, 07103, 863, 07104, 1438, 07105, 1164, 07106, 770, 07107, 1115, 1115, 07108, 580, 07112, 577, 07114, jump to 325. I don't want to read the deaths. Food relief. To date, we've served more than 500,000 meals through our food relief program. If we include the school system, we have served almost or over 1 million meals to families in the city. 1 million meals to families in the city. God bless the Newark Public Schools and the chief of staff and everybody else who worked to deliver those food. And we're going to continue to do so until we don't have to anymore. We're going to continue to do it. So our people are in dire straits, and we need to deliver as much as we can. So again, put your information on this, and we'll try to get you some food as quickly as we can to your household. Today, well, let me go over this first. It skips around. I don't know why. We're still testing. We need everybody to go get tested. I did a antibody test, and I had no antibodies by the grace of God. And I took a regular test, a saliva test, and I'm waiting for my results of my saliva test. I should probably get it today or tonight. I'm waiting for the results of my saliva test. But you should go get tested, particularly if you're out here protesting, marching. If you're out here like at parties, I see these kids, they're out here listen, if your kid comes home, and I know you can't control them sometime, if they come home and they've been hanging out with a whole bunch of people, please encourage them to go get tested or take them to go get tested. The testing is free. You know, drive them there, make them go there, tell them to get tested before they come into your house. Get them tested, man. It's the right thing to do. You have to get them tested. Every time I go to these big giant events, these protests that I have to go to, I come home and I get tested. I have to. I have a wife. I have a child. I have to be tested. You need to do the same. Plus, I'm around other people. I'm around police director and other directors and other folks in the city. I need to get tested. And so you need to do the same thing. We have testing sites all over the city. You know where they are. Please get yourself tested. These barbecues and picnics. Listen, we're not having any block parties this summer. We're not giving out any permits for block parties. No permits. I know what the governor said. The governor lives in his mansion. He don't live in Newark. He can't. We're not having any block parties. You can have a picnic. You can have a family gathering. You can have a barbecue on your block in front of your house in your backyard. You cannot block the street off and have hundreds of people out there. We're not doing it. We're not having any parades, any marches. Portugal Day is canceled. All of that stuff is done. You have to be creative and figure out ways to do that. We're not doing it. We're going to let you do all these other things, but we're not having these mass events. And I know some of our young people out here doing it anyway. Please discourage them from doing that. I'm not sending the police to break these things up. We're going to come out there with ourselves, with our team, with our task force to pass out literature to try to break this stuff up. And we need your help to talk these people off of the ledge and tell them not to do this stuff, not to do it. It is dangerous. It'll drive the numbers back up. We will be in trouble. And the problem is you'll have one block party, drive the numbers back up, and we'll have to close everything back down. And so you'll harm all of the progress we made with one event. With 150, 200, you have all these people there. They go back and spread it all around, and we'll get a huge spike, and it will drive us backwards, and we'll have to close everything back down because of one giant event. So discourage that. When you see people doing that, they're talking about it on Facebook or any other place, tell them they shouldn't do that, because what they're doing is we're trying to come outside and not go back in. If they continue to do that and it spikes, then we will have to go backwards. The state will go backwards, we'll go backwards. It's just a fact. And so be careful. And if you see people gathering, tell them to wear masks. And don't let people talk to you who don't have masks on. Don't let people get in your face who don't have on a mask. You should tell them, put on a mask. I tell everybody, even reporters, they come to me and say, look, you got to put your mask on, you want to talk to me. I don't do any interviews with people without masks. I have to, right? I have to set an example. You need to wear your mask. Today, the council voted on an ordinance. And at the next meeting, you could call in to support it because it's the last reading. It is the ordinance asking the city council to adopt the following measures. 1, to establish a new Office of Violence Prevention. The Office of Violence Prevention will take 5% of the police officers' budget, which is anywhere between $12 to $15 million, and use it for violence prevention, intervention, and alternative strategies, social work. And the police already hire social workers. So all kind of other things around violence prevention in our city. 2, it implements a see something, say something, do something policy to demand that all City of Newark employees, including police and fire, immediately intervene and report blatant civil rights violations by other employees. And it also asks that employees who are involved in acts of racism and white supremacy be terminated immediately. And those people who watch and do not take action or intervene or tell also be terminated. It also 3, establishes a hate group registry and amends as new groups are identified. And 4, it outlaws white supremacy and hate groups, declaring them as terrorist organizations and bans them from the city of Newark altogether. This is an ordinance that does not exist anywhere else in the country, right? There are people who are saying all kind of things about this ordinance. They haven't read it. They don't know what it is. And these are our original haters, like you have OGs. These are the original haters. The last part of it is that we're closing the first precinct by next year. We're going to close it by next year. And it is the precinct where the Newark Rebellion began in 1967. And we're going to repurpose it for the purpose of trauma care, violence prevention, workforce development. But we're also going to turn it into a museum to chronicle the activism locally in the city of Newark. This is to me is a sweeping legislation. It's general, and I'm proud of it, and the council voted on it, and it's passed to the next level. At this level, you get to talk about it, whether you like it or not, and talk about it, and then the council will vote to make it law. And the thing about Newark's piece is that we're making ours the law. It's not just something that people can say, I'm going to do this to appease you. Because I'm not trying to appease you. I'm not going to be here forever. The mayors of these other towns are not going to be there forever. We have to make it the law. If it's not the law, it doesn't matter because it can change the minute I leave. So that being said, the business applications are open. Newark COVID-19. We need more of you businesses to turn it in. NewarkCovid19.com. Get the business application, fill it out. No matter what kind of business you have, fill it out, turn it in, and send it back to reopening plan at newarknj.gov. Reopening plan at newarknj.gov. Send it back there. Get it from NewarkCovid19.com. Send it back to us. You have to get it. You're going to be liable if you open up your business without getting it inspected, without making sure you have health measures and safety measures in place. A, we're going to close you down. B, if you're opening up and you don't do those things, you're going to be liable for lawsuit. You're on your own. If anybody gets sick or anything happens in your place, they're going to sue you, and they probably should sue you. That is something that we are advocating, that you in fact do that. We're also advocating that you, as a matter of fact, it's mandatory that you do that, not advocating. And we're advocating that you in fact get tested. Let me say these test sites. I don't want to take it for granted that people know where the test sites are. Antry School, Branchford Park Skating Rink, Cityplex 12, Ivy Hill Elementary School, St. James on 8th Street, St. James on Lafayette Street, Mary Liza Mahoney, Newark Healthcare Center, University Avenue, University High School, Sharp James Gibson Aquatic Center on Rome Street, and Mount Pleasant Testing Site 155. I want to tell you something. Tomorrow at 12 noon, I'm going to be on a event sponsored by the Center for American Progress. It is an online event. I'm going to be there with the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. I'm going to be there with the Phoenix, Mayor of Phoenix, Mayor Kate Gallagher, the mayor of Stockton, California, Mayor Michael Tubbs. We're going to discuss both pandemics our nation has faced, the pandemic of COVID and the pandemic of racism. The link to register is on our social media page. Go to the social media page. I want Newark to be represented. Come on now, I can't be on this national thing with the mayor of Atlanta, the mayor of Phoenix, Arizona, and the mayor of Stockton without Newark representing. You know they telling their people to get on. We have to represent big time Newark. I need your support, your love, your prayers. Register on this link on the social media on our page right after this. Please do that. Please, please, please. Lastly, the community cleanups. We start in the South Ward Saturday. Community cleanup June 13th. I'm still waiting for the text that I didn't get yet. Sorry. Hopefully I'll be able to have it. I'll say it tomorrow where the dumpster is. But the community cleanup, we usually clean up your block, your street, in front of your house, in front of your neighbor's house. If your neighbor can't clean up, come in front of their house. My neighbor couldn't mow a lawn. I paid somebody to mow my neighbor's lawn. That's what we need to do. So all Saturday we clean it up, and DPW have already started in the South Ward. We're going to be coming down these main streets, and we need you to clean up. Why? We were locked up for 3 months. We need to come out and tell the people we're taking over, and all of the people who was outside anyway, who counted on us being inside. We cleaning up. We claiming our city back. We chasing the virus away. We standing on our own ground. June 13th, this Saturday. You can pick up supplies at the Clinton Avenue Community Soundstage, or that's on Clinton Avenue in Peshon. If you live in the Clinton Hill section and you need supplies, come to the Clinton Avenue Soundstage or Clinton Avenue by the precinct, and you can pick up supplies on Saturday. If you live in the Weequahic section, you can pick up supplies at 378 Lyons Avenue. 378 Lyons Avenue, that's the Bo Porter Sports Complex, or we used to call it the Hole, or sometimes right there on Lyons and Leslie, you can pick it up. Green Acres is what we used to call it. Excuse me, we used to call it Green Acres. Bo Porter Sports Complex, 378 Lyons Avenue, you can pick it up there, or the Community Soundstage on Clinton Avenue. That's this Saturday for the South Ward, y'all. Saturday, South Ward. And if you are a neighbor and you live in the Central Ward, and the North Ward, or the East Ward, or the West Ward, you want to come help us out in the South Ward, Hey, man, come to the sound stage and grab a broom, a dustpan, a bag, and help us clean up the South Ward because we're going to come to your ward next. Remember, close, do the census, 2020 census.gov, 2020 census.gov. Here's a poem by Marge Piercy called To Be of Use by Just T. She sends me all the good stuff, man. Teresita, love the stuff you sending me. Thank you for the support. I want to be with people who submerge in the task, who go into the fields to harvest and work in a row and pass the bags along, who are not parlor generals and field deserters, but move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire be put out. The work of the world is common as mud. Botched, it smears the hands, crumbles the dust. But the thing worth doing well done has a shape that satisfies, clean and evident. Greek amphoras for wine or oil, Hopi vases that held corn are put in museums, but you know they were made to be used, the pitcher crash or water to carry, and a person for work that is real. Marge Piercy, To Be of Use. Thank you, Just See. God bless y'all. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Hang in there, y'all. We getting through this together.